Welcome to a couple of monkeys. My parents ended up visiting us this summer and I wanted to give them something special. So we thought that we would make a laser engraved Diya with LED lights on them.
I went ahead and drew up the design on BITCHUTE. I used the radial array function in order to make 5 petals for this Diya. While our Monport laser engraver brings our imagination into reality, I'd like to describe how we imagine this project.
A Diya is a small oil lamp with a small wick and a deep area to hold the oil. We took inspiration from these commonly found Diyas.
Our vision was to let the laser engraver do the carving for us. We went ahead and made a grayscale gradient for each of the petals. This is so the laser engraver will burn out more material towards the center of the petal than the outside, making it cupped.
At the center of it all, we wanted a symbol of Om. It's an auspicious symbol in Hinduism.
I had originally drew out this project around a year ago. I initially wanted it to be a bandsaw box. I was going to go ahead and print out the shape, glue it on a block of wood, cut off the top and bottom, cut out the inside, so it would be almost like a jar when you glued it all back together. We're going to use a solar power circuit that I made in this video right here in order to place where the ohm is. So when it got dark, the lights would automatically turn on.
In the meantime, Monport Laser ended up sending us this laser engraver and we had to try it out. So we changed this project to turn it into a laser engraving project.
After this round was done, we went ahead and went over it 2 or 3 more times. This gave us the nice deep valleys that we desired.
After the engraving was done, Tim took the Diyas in the workshop to give them a good sanding. Since these Diyas are very small and thin with a lot of detailing in them, he needed to use a Dremel instead of a regular sander. However, he ended up using a finishing sander at the end.
Then I went ahead and drilled 2 small holes in each of the petals for the LED light. Then I went ahead and put the LEDs inside of the holes I just cut, making sure which way the positive and negative were going.
We decided to put the electrical circuit in the back of this Diya. There are 2 ways to make this circuit. One is in series, where you connect the negative of the first LED to the positive of the next LED, and positive of the first LED and the negative of the last LED gets connected to the battery. Since it's a series circuit, it drops the voltage across each LED. We had a limitation on size of the battery since it's a very small project. We had to go with a parallel circuit.
In this parallel circuit, the positives all go to the positive of the battery and the negatives all go to the negative of the battery. This allows us to run all of the LEDs off of one battery. I ended up making 3 of these in different ways. The first one, I ended up using solder seal wire connectors. These connectors had their own solder and heat shrinks. All you had to do is place them into place and use a heat gun in order to melt the solder, and the heat shrink would seal the circuit. I really enjoyed using these, but I found that the connections were not the best. So I went ahead and got out my soldering iron and made all of the connections myself for the other 2.
Years ago, we made a variable power supply using step-down transformer. We used this power supply to test out our LEDs on the Diya.
After testing it, I went ahead and connected the battery and hot glued the wires and the battery pack to the back of the Diya.
Boy, these Diyas turned out beautiful. My mother has her Diya in the temple that she has at her home.
When we first received the images of the Diya shining at night, it was absolutely breathtaking.
If you like our content, please consider subscribing. Like this video and comment down below and let us know what would you make if you had this laser engraver.
If you're interested in getting a laser engraver of your own, use the link in the description and use discount code Timothy6 at checkout.